EAC 2022 is happy to be in the vibrant cities of Belfast and Dublin and visiting the magical shores of Northern Ireland.
And on behalf of Tourism Ireland, Tourism Northern Ireland, and Fáilte, Ireland, I'd like to extend a warm Irish welcome and to say how delighted we are to have the Council on this beautiful island.
Yes.
The EAC Council had an incredibly powerful meeting in Northern Ireland, bringing stakeholders from all over the world together to be looking at the future of educational travel. We need to leave home in order to get new perspectives and have new ways of thinking and viewing the world. I have been really blown away by the hospitality of the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland, and to see how the past, present, and the future are all really woven together. I think that that's what we have to be looking at strategically as well.
Reporting from the piano bar at the Europa Hotel. The Hotel Europa is actually known for being the most bombed hotel in the world, with 36 bombed attacks during the Troubles era, late 1960s to 1998. This is my third visit to Ireland, and I've never been up north. This area is absolutely beautiful. I'm in love with Belfast, and I can't wait to return. We've had extremely productive meetings. We're looking for a way to make the ETC community more inclusive. What does that mean, and how is it going to look in the future, and how do we move this conference forward?
One of the biggest reasons I travel is for the food and the cuisine. The cuisine in Northern Ireland just cannot be beat. One of my absolute favorite has been the cheese. We set out on an exploration of the city of Belfast through drink and food, prepared in the kitchen by an Irish chef who's not just serving you a meal, but serving you a history. It tells a wonderful story of the place we're visiting.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I'm feeling as if we're right here in the Titanic, and as you walk around this amazing museum, the bow of the ship, the live sounds, the interviews that are live, a 3D experience, to hear what it took to build this ship and the sister ships. It's really more history than I think most people have ever known.
The Titanic Museum, and then going down to the docks and learning about the fishing industry and everything that has to do with shipbuilding and water. You could almost build a whole program off of that, especially for schools and alumni groups that have a lot of engineers.
And I'm so excited to be at Queen's University today, because Queen's University is the first and great university of Northern Ireland. It's an innovative leader, a research institution, and ranked number 85 in the world.
The many faces of Belfast, the many voices of Belfast, the many images of Belfast, very powerful, very poignant, and very timely.
I think it would be a wonderful launching point to look at how we can resolve other conflicts in the world. I know that when I've traveled to other places, that they have talked to looking to Ireland for inspiration. I mean, when you look at how long the conflict went on here, it's absolutely inspirational that they've been able to come this far. It can give the rest of us hope. They've turned something that was incredibly turbulent, and it's turned into something quite inspirational.
When you visit Northern Ireland, you have to visit Armagh. The history It's palpable. It's in all of the stones, the Georgian architecture. This place is the ecclesiastical center of Northern Ireland. You have the Church of Ireland behind me, the Protestant cathedral, and across from me is the Roman Catholic cathedral. So if you think about all of the political history of Northern Ireland, this really symbolizes a lot what you could experience elsewhere in the country.
In Northern Ireland, there's definitely a sense of pride in their products and what they're producing. I think it is totally worthwhile to include the countryside in part of our programming because it gives you a different feel for the place. Getting out of the cities and seeing the agriculture and seeing how it works is important to see how much is actually grown here and produced, how much production comes out of these valleys. To be sitting here in the middle of an orchard in a meeting room, and as we're talking about these kind of weighty, heavy issues, things to do with sustainability and the sustainability of travel and diversity, equity, and inclusion, and how to incorporate that into our programming. To be doing that in the middle of an orchard is really, really amazing.
One of the new things that's come out in travel is experiential travel, where we're going to go to places that talk about current arts. I'm in the Game of Thrones studio tour right now. This has all the film sets, the film costumes, swords, and shields from the Game of Thrones series. And this is something where you can make a broader tour. There are a lot of film locations that were shot in Northern Ireland. It's just an absolutely amazing experience.
Treat to be here at Hillsborough Castle, just outside of Belfast. It was actually the royal residence after it was built in the mid-17th century. We've had an amazing time seeing everything from Iron Age all the way up through the studio tour of Game of Thrones on this trip, the cultural enrichment, the cultural sites that Northern Ireland has to offer. I think it's a bit undiscovered.
We're here at the Bushmills Distillery, and it's amazing. One thing that Northern Ireland is doing really well with innovative ideas was the food, as well as different locations that we're going to, making sure to innovate and come up with the ideas of what is tourism wanting, what are people wanting to see.
Northern Ireland wasn't even on my radar screen until now. I honestly did not expect the food, the locations, the amenities. They've all been first class and exactly what I'm looking for as a tour operator.
I was so excited to visit the Giant's Causeway. It's just an iconic part of Northern Ireland, and you could just feel the power of the ocean and how it meets the coastline here. It's full of natural history as well as this great folklore, and there's kind of a mystery to Northern Ireland and Ireland as a whole.
The future of the world is one that is very collaborative, and it's one where we can come together in spite of our differences. And so I think that selecting this site in Northern Ireland sent a really powerful message to everyone in our group. We've overcome a lot of hardship. We all come from different perspectives, and we're coming together to work collaboratively to design the future. And Northern Ireland is a place where people have overcome great difficulty, but they've come together to collaboratively design their future.